Welcome back, Truth Seeker. The latest distraction. U.S. intelligence accidentally shared with the Signal app information on a planned attack of Houthi rebels with a journalist at the Atlantic. Oh no, intelligence mingling with journalists. This is news for people who have no clue what's going on. Look into Operation Mockingbird, the CIA putting their intelligence community in the media a long time ago. Again, the CIA and the media are one and the same. They're synonymous. This stuff essentially goes on every single day. But notice, this became the news yesterday, the 24th day of the third month, 24-3, a lot like 243. Remember, in Gematria, Central Intelligence Agency equates to 243. And today, the CIA is answering the questions regarding to how this accidental share happened with the Atlantic journalist. And with regards to the Atlantic, if you have not read my first book, again, I got books out there. You can get them in ebook form right from my website, GematriaEffectNews, under the ebooks tab. If you're on a website, you'll just see the ebooks link at the top. Letters and Numbers, my first book in 2017, has a section in there about all of the newspapers that published about the Holocaust, the mass extermination event supposedly during World War II. If you don't know this, in the decades leading up to World War II, several U.S. newspapers published about that event saying 6 million people had died. This was published numerous times, from the Atlantic to the New York Times to other publications. They published about this event and 6 million dead way before World War II happened. And if you don't know this to be a fact, you need to look into it. In my book, Letters and Numbers, I gave you all of the newspapers and the dates that these things were published over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And I'm not being redundant enough. I mean, a lot of times it was published way before World War II happened, including using the phrasing Holocaust. And sometimes they'd write about it without using that word, and they would say 6 million JEWSs had died, over and over and over. And again, the Atlantic was one of those recurring publications. So I just want to remind you that some of these news agencies are the ones that are writing the script long in advance. And that's what we live out every day. Scripted news, distractions. These stories are meant to have meaning. They're signs of a crumbling government, levels upon levels of incompetence. People are sitting back going, how? People who don't know what's going on, who don't know, they don't know enough either. They don't know about things like Operation Mockingbird, but they're sitting back and they're going, oh my God, how can our government accidentally send out a message on an app letting us know our war plans? How sloppy are we getting? And then some people, they're reading these stories and they're like, this reminds me of the Clinton administration selling all of our secrets to China. Not realizing the same Jesuits that run your nation have been in China longer than the U.S. has existed. Don't forget, pretty much everybody who's in the Oval Office is Jesuit educated, from Bill Clinton to Donald Trump to Joe Biden. Obama's the only one that wasn't Jesuit educated, but his political career was brought up by a Jesuit in the Chicago area. Oh, and by the way, about those Jesuits, from the anniversary of the Atlantic being established, November 1st, to this leak was the 144th day. Like Jesuit order is 144, like United States of America is 144, like the Jesuits came out of suppression 144 days after James Madison's birthday. Recently, the CIA memos about the JFK assassinations, don't forget, JFK did 144 days from meeting with the Pope on 7/2. Notice Jesuit order is also 72. It's kind of like his brother Bobby Kennedy died at 1:44 a.m. and a million other things. But it's just news by the numbers, nothing else. And the CIA and the media, they might as well be one and the same. So pretty much leak everything between the two agencies, I would imagine. All right, we'll leave it there for now, Truth Seeker. And until next time.